I'm Christian Fint with IPTech International and IPTech Canada. For more than 7 years, I'm now working in the IT industry, supporting partners developing their business with out-of-the-box IT solutions. I'm especially working with partners in the security industry, and multiple times I came across the fact that when they've been called to help retrieving a video, all they could tell their end client is, sorry, the system was down, the SD card was broken, the hard drive was broken, the NAS was switched off. Trust me, I've been there. And basically, in the end, they couldn't retrieve the video and had a very unhappy, unsatisfied client. Based on those experiences, I'm very happy that I can today introduce a new tool, a remote management platform by IPTechView. IPTechView has worked very closely with ABP to include all the equipment we sell into their platform. So now our clients can basically monitor the cameras, the switches, the routers, the PBX boxes, and basically be proactive in response when something is broken. Let's be real. Nobody has yet found a way to produce a product with 100% quality. Never fails, never shuts down. It basically doesn't exist. The more important it is to monitor the system health of installations of projects. Your clients will be happier. So let's take a look what IPTechView can do for you.
Okay, so let's log into the system. And while the login is loading, just a side note here that I lowered my resolution to 720p. I want you to read actually what's on the screen and not just take a wild guess. So I hope that's okay. You won't see the full view in all the glory, but I think that makes much more sense. Otherwise it would be educated guesses on your side. Okay, so the first view here, it's the monitoring dashboard, but right here on the top is the real important information. We have 439 devices in total. We have 15 of those devices are offline right now, always something I would like to investigate if I would be monitoring the system. I have one warning and I have one alert. I also get the current alerts and warning right below here, except if I decide to basically move it away or hide it. I could also click on them and I would get the information behind the alert. Now in our case here, it's a NAS system and it's basically at an alert because it's full. It has 98% capacity right now, so we better look at it. The other one is a warning, and this is a warning because it's very hot wherever that one is. So not here in Canada right now. I can give you that information. Once you have a warning in the overview here, you can also do certain actions. You can notify the user. You can create a trouble ticket. The IPTechView system correlates and cooperates with a couple of ticket systems. We can mute the alert, and we can of course look also in the history of that device. I also could jump right into the device by using the link, but since I want to give you a first overview of the system, I'm not going to do that right now. If we scroll down, we'll get cloud objects, server and cloud objects. Every user can enter those into the system. We're monitoring a couple of websites here, a cable modem, and 2 servers, which are offline right now. However, keep in mind it's in the middle of the night in the UK, so probably they are being shut off for good reason. Could be maintenance. Okay, and here we have the graphical overview where IPTechView is already monitoring devices. As you can see, we're already going abroad with the system. And of course we have on the bottom a couple of stats which help us to understand the current status of the overall system. Now, besides the RM Remote Management Dashboard, RMM dashboard, we also have the Quality of Service dashboard. This one looks specifically into the VoIP systems. PBX boxes, so, and routers connected to it. So all those issues. You see that we do have a score here, so to make it easy to understand if there's any kind of troubles. Well, here is a troubled router. So the score is 3.5, not too far away from a good score. But we had one call with issues. Also, there's another one. There's no score available for this one. I'm not sure why, but since it's our ABP lab, I would say this is a new device or a new manufacturer which we're trying to bring into the platform. Yeah, so a quick overview. We can also jump into the device from here and basically get the CPU usage, the memory usage, the history of the MOS score. We have a couple of graphs in here, concurrent calls, CPU history, RAM, the location, device image, and the description, which we don't have in this case. We always keep, even if it's a bit smaller, keep the alerts in view. Also, I want to mention this at this point that the alarm bell here, as well as the icon in the tab of the browser, is changing colors as well. So let's say your system is clean, no alarms, it's green, but you're surfing or using other tabs of your browser and it basically switches to red. Of course, you can also get an alarm message via email or a text message on your cell phone. So if you're working on the computer, you see it right away. So coming back to the views, again, we can limit the view to all the cloud objects. We can see the customers, we can see the locations, cameras, but most interesting for me are the projects. So I'm jumping right now into the projects. So here we have a good overview of all the projects in the system. So for privacy reasons, I have to do this relatively quickly, so you hopefully cannot read it. And we're going up here to the ABP facility. So in a project view, again, sorry, the low resolution. So I'm basically moving my window over here to give you the full width of the project view. We have a project data here. Can be anything of importance, contact personnel. We have notes, we have photos. If we click on the photos, we get a better look of them. And we have a file repository. So here you can store all configuration files as a backup. If your tech is out in the field and needs something, an easy login here, and he or she can download whatever is needed. And of course we have the location, and we can play with the Google Maps as well you would expect to be able to play with Google Maps. And then we have the maintenance log. So one thing we wanted to do is to help you not only manage the devices, but also have it easier talking to your own clients. How do you prove that you have done something and that something really has taken so long? So for that, we created per device or per project a so-called maintenance log, and we can basically enter certain information there. So for example, let's take this one here. There's a SD card. Well, cleated the lens. I guess that should be reading cleaned the lens, but sometimes a typo happens. Okay, so we have basically the time spent and the costs associated if I want to enter some costs. Okay, coming back to the project view, let's go one step back. So back to the project overview. And here we are. And again, moving a bit over. So here we have the infrastructure overview at the top, and the communications, phones and PBX systems as said. And we get the camera list of that. With the camera list, we get a thumbnail of the live stream. So right now it is, of course, past work time at ABP Dallas, past 6 o'clock p.m. so nobody is actually moving here, and we have one camera down in the sales office. Why? Well, don't know, but we'll find out. Okay, so let's pick a camera. Let's pick a good one, the S15 demo here, for example. If I click on that camera directly, I'll get to all the nitty-gritty information about it. Now, it's not assigned a location. It would be the project location, but it can be a different one as well. We have a device image, which is not the true image. I apologize for that. Then we have a camera live stream right now. And the last event, double wide stream. We have 2 sensors here, so that works. We have the system information, camera information, archiving information. We see the flash wear of the SD card, very important. And if the camera is armed, we have the communication statistics through the Ethernet. We have transferred and lost archives information. So here the red line means no loss, but we see there's quite some transfer going on. We have the archive usage, and we have the client history, so how many times somebody looks at that camera, and of course left and right lens. Now you see here license plate recognition. Now it's no secret, currently at least, the Mobotics cameras cannot do license plate recognition on their own, but we have a little help for that. All of the cameras have, or devices have, third-party applications, which you can enable. So for a small monthly fee, you could, if you have the right camera pointed to an entry of the parking lot or road, activate the automated license plate recognition. So if you have a client who's interested, again, this becomes a much easier business case and much easier on the budget because it's a monthly fee instead of a expensive investment. So you could invite them to test the settings. The IPTechView platform allows 5 days for testing. All you have to do is basically click test. The camera then activates the application in the background. Now, if you want to buy it, of course, then you have to pay the monthly fee, and you can resell it then, of course, to your own clients. Now, we're planning on having more third-party applications in here. We're thinking in the direction of facial recognition, post-event analysis, and all the nice fun stuff. So let's go a little bit back. Okay. Now, what else can I do here? I can also access the device directly. So as you can see, we're directly now in the browser with the device. I can access the admin menu here. For all Mobotics partners out there, you know how that looks like, and can right now go ahead and modify any kind of settings I want to modify or something. So why is that a positive thing? Now, have you ever had the call like, I can't log into the cameras anymore? Your counter question was, have you made any changes to your system? Any network changes? Of course, the answer you got back was, no, I haven't. And then you showed up just to find out that they got a new router. Well, we all agree that a new router qualifies for a network change. So with this system in place, you don't need to worry about that anymore because you can access the device through the VPN tunnel it throws without any port forwarding required. So that's a huge benefit. We can also upload the configuration or download the configuration of this particular camera. We can edit the device, and let me show you something about the device editing, which is very interesting as well. Now, when IPTechView developed this system, privacy was a high request and was a high priority on the development list. So we created the password fault. The password fault allows any user to basically switch the security type between personal and team. Personal means only that user can modify and see that camera. We can also activate or deactivate the video stream. We can do the same with active polling, but that's kind of stupid because if we deactivate the active polling, we don't get any kind of health updates out of the system. So if you have a client who needs high security, you can absolutely give him control, and if something happens, you basically call him and say, okay, I see that there's something on the camera. Without you giving me permission to go in, I can't do anything. So that's a real good way of protecting your clients. Also, you can set, of course, different notification profiles, and you can set your own thresholds in that menu here with all the settings of the camera, and save it at the end. Now, we already got a couple of questions regarding who is creating the connection. Is it the device itself or is it the cloud? Now, it's the device itself. The device creates the VPN tunnel into the cloud. So from that perspective, nobody can enter who doesn't have permission. Now, you have, of course, certain alert options. As I said, the notification profiles. You have the trouble ticket integration, as mentioned. And, of course, we have the big block of administration tasks where you really can set everything, including a two-way authentication process. So when you're logging in from a different IP address, you basically are required to enter a code sent via text to your cell phone. Okay, that is what IPTechView is all about. Again, NAS systems, routers, switches, phones, PBX boxes. I hope you're excited as much as I am. If you have any kind of questions, please feel free to get back to us at any time. And we create a demo account for you. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Please leave your comments below. I will answer them at my earliest convenience. And you have a great day.